Hey y'all, welcome in. I'm gonna wait for y'all to get in here before I start. What are y'all up to today? And happy Friday. Happy Friday. So I decided to do things a little bit different. Hey, how are you? Good. Hey Carol, how are you, Carol? Got some changes coming to the channel, so I want to go live and do it and talk about it. Hey, Martin, and also talk about what's going on with millions of people, or what was going on with millions of people this week in multiple states. Hey, Cassandra, good morning. Hey, cousin. Hey, Crochet. Oh, hey, Crochet, mama. I need my hair crocheted for the summer or braided or something. Hey, Jenny. Carol says sitting in hospital. Really? You in Hickory, Carol? What? Never mind. You can't tell me that over here. I hope everything is okay. Praying for you or whoever is in there with you at the moment. Hey, Lena. Good morning. Good morning, Joni. Southwest Georgia in the house. Good morning, Angela. Martin's when coming in. Oh, thank you, Martin, for reminding me to say it as well. Please hit that like button as you enter. It does help this channel get out to more people. Lets YouTube know that we are here. Watch us roar. So hopefully they'll push the video. I don't want this to be a long video. And normally when I say I don't want this to be a long video, it ends up being a long video, but I'm trying to keep it at a reasonable time. Okay, I'm trying not to go over 20 minutes. I do need to give Gracie a bath, and then I need to go to the store. Reese's Washington State in the house. Welcome in, Washington State. Good morning, Willis. Good morning, LaDonna. K-Cell, how are you this morning from Virginia? You say you don't mind. I'm glad you don't mind. And I hope y'all are okay with a little bit of tweaking of the channel. I'm still, I get into it in a minute. Good morning, Brighter Days. How are you? Hey, Judy. Hey, Jen. If you're watching on replay, hey, replay gang, how are y'all? Welcome in. Make sure you leave comments before the video is done, and definitely hit that like button. Feel free to share out this video or any of my videos. It is appreciated, okay? Hey, Annie. That's my mom's name. How are you today? Wilhelmina, how are you? Good morning from Greensboro. Is that South Carolina, North Carolina? Which is it, Wilhelmina? Which is it? I've only known one other Wilhelmina, and that was in the church that I grew up in when I was younger. Good. Glad to know that you are fine. North Carolina. Okay. I think my son's going to a concert in Greensboro. It's a country concert in Greensboro. We country, y'all. It's a country concert he going to. I can't remember who it was. It's not Luke. Is it Luke? One of the Lukes. Hey Sherry, how are you? Cherry, how are you? Yeah, only one Wilhelmina. Fayetteville is getting ready for rain today. Fayetteville, okay. Yeah, it just got through raining here. It's cloudy. They didn't even call for rain today. If I look at my phone now, that's why I like being able to do. If y'all want me to do more lives, let me know in the comments by putting a 1. Let's see. I've been keeping track of the weather where my son is too. Let me find where I am. Oh, here we go. Yeah, they didn't call for any rain, just called for a cloudy. And then I got an alert to my phone saying that it was going to be raining. Oh, I see a lot of ones. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Maybe one of these days I can get my husband in on it, but he's not like, he's a jokester, a talker and stuff like that. But when the camera turns on, he is frozen. He is frozen. Every now and then, he'll give a one-liner, but he is really funny. I wish that he would do more videos. I actually want him to do like a two-part, like when I'm doing a video, he do a video on the road and we combine them together for one video. But anyway, can't make somebody do something. I'm the one who started YouTube, not him. Hey, Catherine. Lady Harmonic is in here. Good morning, JR. How are you doing down in South Kakalaki? Subliminal, how are you? Yeah, it's a lot going on, but that's the thing. I don't know if I want to report every single thing that's happening. And it dawned on me last night, really, every time my youngest daughter, oh, y'all, and thank you. Hold on, somebody sent her a Cash App for her birthday, which was yesterday. She turned 18. Let's see. I'm not going to give your full name, but thank you, Tamara. Thank you, Tamara. If you're watching this later, she told me this morning that she got the Cash App. Well, she got it this morning at 6:42. So she appreciates it so much. Y'all know she graduates from high school this year also. So anything you can do to help her is fine, and getting her ready for potentially going off to school, because she really only applied to one school, and that's the school where my son is. But I appreciate that. That is appreciated. So where was I? Okay, so she was talking about save something for just you. Oh yeah, most definitely, Katrina. Most definitely. Most definitely. I also want to do something different on here before I get into why I'm like adding some things to the channel, because I have two channels. I have this channel, and then I have my Tommy Bites Life channel. Well, I'm kind of turning my Tommy Bites Life channel into a Tommy and Gracie, the Connie Corso channel, because people love that content over, and I don't want to keep putting the same content on both channels. So this was originally my homesteading channel. I am still homesteading. I'm still gardening, raising animals. But I also did, it's like an everything channel. I also did cooking over here. I have cooking videos. I also did exercise videos. I have those on here, which is what brings me to today. So the other day, she likes to tell me about these stories that she see and read about or whatever. And they be kind of gruesome, like a parent did this to their child or whatever, those are like, I don't want to hear that or whatever. And I thought about it last night when I said that to her. I was like, it's probably a lot of people that feel like that. I don't want, and that's why I had the second channel. So I'm not doing news over there. I'm just doing other stuff over there. But it's really hard to grow YouTube nowadays. It's not like it used to be a couple of years ago where everybody was home wanting to look at YouTube. People out and about, okay? So the views aren't really there. So I don't want to be stressing two channels. So that channel is going to be Tommy Bites Life. The name is actually going to change up to Tommy Bites and Gracie, the Connie Corso. It kind of already did, but I can't change part of it until maybe 10 days from now. So that's that channel, the second channel. Hey, Edward, how are you? I'm sorry I'm missing y'all coming in. Who else did I miss? Hey, Teresa. It's okay. You're not late. Hey, Pat. How are you? Thank you, Pat. So I said a lot of people probably don't want to see that all the time. And I'm in agreement because I don't want to talk about it all the time. I don't want to talk about all the stuff. Not that it's not happening. It is. So that's why I'm being picky about the stories that I put out. And how many I'm putting out. If you haven't noticed, I kind of cut back a little bit. But this is how I feed my family also. So I understand it's a business as well. But I cannot jeopardize my mental over money. Okay? Because really the money ain't doing what the money used to do. YouTube find every way they can to take your money from you. So, and take your subscribers from you. I had lost like hundreds of subscribers. By the grace of God, I have y'all new subscribers and returning, here, sharing videos, etc., hitting the like button. Those things help. So I appreciate y'all. It is a blessing. Okay. But at the same time, I have to be in a mindset where I can share things that I feel you need to know or might want to know, but not overwhelm you with a whole bunch of, hoopla stuff, because there's enough channels out there for that. Thank you, Jen. I appreciate it. Thank you, K-Cell. K-Cell says, let me put yours up. I think you're doing a great job. Well, pretty good. Not many YouTube pages reporting of issues happening around the country. And that is true, but there are a lot of them out there. I don't want to contribute to anybody feeling overwhelmed. And I know I can't, help what somebody else is going through or feeling or whatever. But I have to start focusing on me too. So, and I want this to be fun. I don't want to feel stressed about, I need to do this news story and, how is it going to make people feel, yada, yada, yada. Or maybe people just need to know some information. Like I did the one on Flint as a update because no one's really talking about Flint. It didn't get pushed as well. Maybe it didn't get watched as long or watched at all as much. Or YouTube just say, bump it. I'm just going to push these gossip channels out. And I don't want to do gossip channels, even though I enjoy watching a good gossip channel. So I am still going to do the news stories. Here's how the schedule is going to go. I'm getting to that, lady. I think you was the last time you came in here rushing me, lady. Why are you rushing me, lady? I'm coming. I'm coming, but I like to talk to y'all, not just talk at y'all. You know what I'm saying? With a story. So I'm dropping all the ones. Right. Homestead and DIY. I am telling you, I have been unsubscribed from a lot of people myself. And it's ridiculous. Hey, Prime Prepper, how are you? Thank you for the super chat of $1.99. I appreciate it. It says, let me put it up on the screen. It's going to get worse. Upstate New York was hit bad. Yeah. It's going to constantly get worse. And they're only going to report on so many things, especially because this is an election year. But anyway, the schedule is not I'm going to give you this time, that time, that time. It's just, I'm going to add to what I am doing. Okay. So my workouts that I started today, I will be adding those probably in the afternoon. My news stories will be in the morning time and the afternoon. And my store walkthroughs will be in the morning or just the afternoon. So you'll still get the store walkthroughs to see what's going on in the stores with the prices, the shelves, etc. And you'll still get the news stories. but I'm adding my workout videos as well. I hope that it motivates someone, you know what I'm saying? For those of you who are new to the channel, I am over 50. I have lupus, I have fibromyalgia, I have arthritis, I have a bulging disc in my back. Got a lot going on over here. So when I went to my cardiologist on the 16th, which every time I go, if I haven't lost any weight, that's the first thing he's going to say, you need to lose some weight, you need to lose some weight, which I already had a mindset of I want to, and I had already wrote out my chart of how I was going to do it. I have a whiteboard in my room. So I am going to be doing that. Let me say. I'm just adding that to it in hopes that that too will be something to motivate people to get up and move. Not necessarily do elliptical or whatever, but just get up and move. Don't sit. Don't be so sedentary. I used to be a Slim Jim back in the day, and I'm not trying to be a Slim Jim today. When I was diagnosed with lupus in 2002, when I had my son that's away in college, Kason. When I had Kason, I just wasn't feeling right. So I went back to the OBGYN. They ran some tests. And he was like, I'm going to send you to a rheumatologist because it's some things not looking right. So come to find out, they said I had lupus. Now, fast forward all the way to well, not fast forward. They started giving me injections of steroids. Y'all know what steroids can do to your body. Mind you, when I had him, I went back to being slim. But the minute they started giving me injections, I started putting on weight. And once you start putting on weight and you're not used to having weight, and you're having to do all this other stuff, you get a little depressed. I eat when I'm depressed. So I had a mixture of the steroids making me big and me, myself and I, making myself big. So weight has been a struggle ever since 2006, because I got it under control. And then when I had my daughter, because they had told me don't have any more kids. I have 4 kids. 2 are not by my husband. 2 by my previous. Look at that, my grandbaby. And the 2 I have with my husband, the last one, well, they told me not to have any more kids after I had Kason. But my husband had no kids. So I did not want to not give him but 1 kid. So I made sacrifices. They told me that it would get worse, and it did. My lupus did get worse. But fast forward to today, when they run my numbers and stuff, when they do my blood work, the lupus is not very prevalent in the results. More so, fibromyalgia is what they're treating me for now. But they do keep an eye on it, and the symptoms are still the same. And then the bulging disc and the arthritis, etc. So that's where we are. So I need to try to focus on my health. I hope you guys watch those videos and you know, leave encouraging comments or what you're doing to maybe even not just lose weight, but just be healthier. Not to say I won't be, I'm gonna cut back on a lot of stuff, especially the sugar, because I already know what gets me, and that is sugar. Okay, I will crash after I drink something or eat something that has too much sugar in it. I will get really sleepy because it messes with my blood sugar. And then I know that I can't tolerate grease like I used to. Yet my daughter was like, you always tell me you can't tolerate grease, and then you go and order a 3-piece. So gotta work on that too, y'all. Gotta work on that too. But y'all, I done been rambling on, so I need to get to this story. I apologize for those of you who came in. I'll try to put timestamps in for the people that's watching on replay. That way, when you're watching, you can just go directly to the news story if you don't want to hear me talk about my life. Let me say hello to a few more people and then we'll get into it. Okay, Prime Purpose talking to Amanda. Teresa says she stopped her. I'm assuming you're talking about the steroid shots. Yeah, I did too. Because they were, at first they were giving them to me like in my wrist or on top of my hand. And, I'm like, I cannot. Akeem, I'm a young man with a speech impairment. I literally always be feeling bad. Feel like my family too good for me to be around. Feel pain in my heart. It's feeling like everyone's. Oh, Akeem. Y'all send prayers to Akeem. I hate that you feel that way. And I can't tell you not to feel how you feel. I can't tell you that your family is against you because I don't know you and I don't know your family. But what I do know is sometimes we assume people feel a certain way. But if we don't have a conversation with them, I don't know if you have. If you haven't, that's a conversation you need to have with your family about how you're feeling and how you feel they feel about you. And hopefully they're open enough to have that conversation and not shut you down. I used to be that person that, I don't want to hear what you got to say to my child. My older two kids, I always say those are my trial and error kids compared to the last two kids. And they even say it. They're like, you used to do that with us. You know what I'm saying? I was just always, but I'm more listening now, even though I still talk a lot when it comes to them as far as what's going on with them. But if you met me in person, I'm really a shy person. It took a lot for me to even start a YouTube channel 3 years ago. And I did that because I was depressed, and my son that's away in college, he's 21 now. He probably saw that I was depressed, and he mentioned to me about what he saw V Love's life. So when I started my channel, I was doing mukbangs and just trying to come out of my shell, just trying to think about other things and other than being depressed, because I was going through a lot of stuff. But you can pull through that. But I'm telling you, I pulled through feeling like nobody cared, feeling bad about myself. And honestly, I know it sounds crazy, or it sounds like, oh, this is what everybody say. But I honestly had to lean on God. I felt like I could not talk to anyone else. I started having conversations with God as if I was talking to someone standing there next to me. Not to say that I heard back from him in that moment, but it made me feel good to get it out as opposed to holding it in. Because when I was holding it in, it led to other things. It led to me eating more, all of those things. I'm an emotional eater, mainly emotional snacker. And when I drive, I snack too. So that's something else I got to cut out. But I'm praying for you, Akeem. I hope that you pull through whatever it is that's going on with you to make you feel how you feel right now. And sometimes when you feel like that, your heart does feel literally heavy, and it feels like you can't breathe, and you're having anxiety attacks and stuff like that, which I still get anxiety attacks. And when I do, that's when in my head, I will, if I have to say it out loud, I will, but in my head, in that moment, depending on where I am, I can, even if I'm just saying, Jesus, help me, Lord, help me, Lord, help me. I do feel a little calm. Doesn't mean it goes away, but I feel a little calm to be able to move on with my day. So I hope that helps you. I'm sorry you feel like you feel right now. Wilhelmina says she gets off of, a lot of us do, because we just have life, and life be lifing. So we don't be thinking about none of that stuff. But I do send my prayers to him, Let's see, Amanda, I am Rule of Albany. Okay, I never heard of that. Stay strapped and loaded. I hear you. Depending on where I'm at, I'm strapped and loaded too, Amanda. Like when we go, like we're in the mountains, but when we go further up into the mountains to his family's homestead, which he has 10 acres with his dad there too. So when we go up there, we definitely have ours. For one, not saying we weren't about the people, but there are bears and stuff like that. So positive thoughts create a positive. It really do. It really does work, Watcher. I am a true believer of that. It's almost like who you around is who you become. What you think is how you feel. So try to put some positive thoughts, think of something good that you do or you bring to the situation and let that lead you. Good morning, Melanie. Good morning, Shell. How are you? Become a carnivore and you will be amazed at how great you feel. That works for some people, Shell. And I'm gonna tell you, it did work for me. I did do it on I don't know if I did it on this channel, but on my second channel, TOMMYBITES Life, I have a video that said carnivore almost killed me. And I literally mean that, because if you're a person who has, this is why you need to check with your doctor. And I didn't for that one. Usually I do, but I didn't for that one. Oh, I got this, oh, that sounds good. I can do that, and I did. It was no problem. I became a meat eater, and in doing that, it's difficult when you already have high lipids, cholesterol and stuff. So it was making it worse, honestly. Even though I was losing the weight, my body was feeling worse. At first it felt good, but then I just started feeling bad. And so when I went to my cardiologist, had my blood work done, and it was like, what's going on? Your numbers was going down. And I told him what I was doing. He was like, you cannot do that particular diet. Not to say no one can do that diet, but me personally, I can't do that diet. So if it's working for you, I love it. I wish that I could do it, because I have no problem with cutting out carbs. Like, I don't even eat a lot of bread. Sandra, hi there. I hope you feel better soon. Thank you, Sandra. Let's talk about Amanda. Thank you, Amanda. I appreciate that. Hey, G-Lo. How are you? Hey, Watcher again. Watcher's my buddy. Watcher don't speak a lot, but when Watcher do speak, I be listening. Okay, let's see what advice Prime Prepper has. A chemo suffer with PTSD, CPTSD, depression, and anxiety. I understand the pain and feeling. Hey, your family loves you, and it's okay to have some issues. Well, some type of issues you are. Exactly. Don't feel like you're the only one that has these issues. It's not to demean whatever it is you're going through. Always know, and I heard this in a sermon yesterday, for whatever you're going through, no, someone else is going through something way worse. And you can get through whatever it is. You really, really can. It won't be easy, but you can get through it. Like, I was at a low point in 2016, was it 16? Anywhere between 2014 and 2016. That was like a low moment. And I literally never had this thought in my life, but the thought was, I don't want to be here on this earth anymore. And I seriously thought about doing that. And I can't say it on here on YouTube. And I've never had that thought ever in my life. And mind you, I've been in an abusive relationship when I was 19 years old, beat down, and I still never had that mindset. If not, in that moment, I knew enough to run into my closet. They always say prayer room, right? To run into my closet. I knew nothing else to do, but I knew that wasn't a thought that I should have had. And I started crying out, calling on God. And I'm not a big, Christian and all this other stuff. I believe in God. I know He is real. I know He is the truth. And I ran in, and all I could do was just holler out His name. My son, and I was like, help me, save me. I don't know what's going on, whatever. My son, I can't remember how old he was, but I think he was still playing Pop Warner football, so he wasn't too old. But he came in. If not for him coming in, I think God sent him in there, honestly. I don't know what I would have done. And it makes me sad to think that I was willing to leave my children. But now I see, sometimes we go through stuff so we can see what other people are dealing with. So now I see how people can get in that situation, but you have to know there is always something better coming. It may not come when you want it, but it's going to come. You just have to keep pushing. You have to keep praying. You have to keep doing all the things that can bring you joy and happiness to your life, because you cannot depend on somebody else. You can't depend on your family to make you happy. You're going to have to make yourself happy. And that's the whole conversation that me and my husband used to have. Because he would always say, it's nothing I can do to make you happy. If I do this, you're happy for a little while. But there's nothing I can do to make you happy. You got to make yourself happy. And so that's what I'm working on, my happiness. Okay? Because if I'm not happy, Pappy ain't happy. So you know how it go. But anyway, y'all, how I get on this whole conversation, we supposed to be talking about what's happening out here in this world. But you see, that's what I'm saying. I don't always want to do a news story, but I can do a news story. But please allow me the ability to talk, because some people do need somebody to talk to. And I ain't no therapist, but thank y'all. Okay, so let's get into this news story, and then we'll get back to the comments, because I don't want people to wait. So I'm definitely going to have to do a timestamp in here, because we're already at 32 minutes, and I said I want the video to be 20 minutes long. So let's get into the news story. Let me share my page. Let me share my page. Let me see. Can y'all see this? I'm trying to see which way would be bigger. I like it made it smaller. I should have made it bigger. Hold on. Because I know I can't see. Anyway, do it like that. Here. Okay, I think y'all can see that. I hope y'all can see that. Hold on, I made it too big. Okay. Come on. So there was a major 911 outage in 4 states that left millions without an easy way to contact authorities. Am I on screen? Yeah. So they're saying that this is because of Lumen Technologies. They experienced this outage when a third-party company physically cut their fiber while installing a light pole. That is what they're saying. But it's very reminiscent of what happened with AT&T. Remember, they didn't have a reason as to why AT&T and all those other phone companies, US Cellular, Verizon, etc., went out and people were without service. But they later came back and said, yeah, it was some kind of, but anyway, Law enforcement agencies across 4 states were left scrambling following reports of major 911 outages that left millions unable to quickly contact authorities in emergencies late Wednesday. Many of the outages reported were in Nebraska, Nevada, South Dakota, and Texas. They saying that they restored the services later that evening, though. Sorry, y'all. I just worked out. But the Federal Communication Commission said Thursday is investigating it all the same because they're thinking it wasn't just that. And I'm with them. I don't think it was just that either. It says when you call 911 in an emergency, it is vital that the calls go through. The FCC has already begun investigating the 911 multi-state outages. Like if you cut the wire on a pole, light pole, right? And I'm in the state of North Carolina. Is South Carolina going to get outages because of that? I wonder. I've never heard of that happening before. So it doesn't make sense to me. So I'm glad they're investigating it. Let's see. And they're investigating it, they say, because of the impact. The impact makes no sense. Why are 4 states involved from a light pole wire getting cut? So far, there's no indication that the outages were caused by a cyber attack or other malicious act, law enforcement officials told NBC News on Thursday. The outages appear to be related to Lumen Technologies. On Wednesday, some customers in Nevada, South Dakota, Nebraska experienced those outages when a third-party company unrelated to Lumen physically cut fiber wires. Come on now. Wait a minute. Okay, so Nevada, South Dakota, and Nebraska experienced outages at the same time that the other state experienced the outage due to power line being cut on the pole. But theirs went out for a different reason. So yeah, none of that makes sense to me. How ironic that a pole gets cut and the fibers get cut physically on them installing a light pole somewhere. Come on, it just don't make sense. We restored all services in approximately 2.5 hours. Lumen doesn't provide 911 service in Texas. Our techs identified the issue and worked hard to fix it as quickly as possible. We apologize for the inconvenience and appreciate the customer's patience and understanding. I don't know how understanding that'd be if I needed 911 and I couldn't call it. But this is not the first time, y'all, this has happened. Now, this is not in this article that I know of because I haven't read the article, but I did a story like a year or 2 ago. I think it was when we first moved here to North Carolina, and it happened in Texas where they would call 911 and get a busy signal, or they would get put on hold or whatever, and no one would respond. So they say on Thursday, the Honolulu Police Department said in a social media post that the 911 system was down. So now we add more states to it. So 20 minutes later, a subsequent post said the system was working again. Somebody is playing around with taking down our communication because maybe something is coming. It is unclear what caused the outage reported by the police department in Honolulu. Wednesday's outage comes on the heels of the widespread AT&T outage in February that left thousands without service across multiple states and affected some calls to 911 for hours, which the carrier said was most likely caused by a process error, not a cyber attack. So they're still sticking to the process error. So they're having a lot of process errors right now. When AT&T had theirs in February and no one could call 911. Police stations systems went down, yes, for 911, but their phones went down as well. So they had to resort to using the old radios as far as getting things done. And now this, with the whole 911 situation in the 4 states, including Honolulu. That was totally different. Now, you can't tell me you cut a wire here and it affected over there in Honolulu. So stop playing. They need to stop playing with the fact that, oh, this is just an error here and somebody cut a fiber wire or whatever. No, this is a test. This is only a test. You know how they say it? That's what it is. It's a test, y'all. Let's see. Local law enforcement agencies reported a statewide outage in South Dakota shortly before 7 p.m. local time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard, Wednesday. Rapid City Police offered locals alternative phone numbers to call for first responders, and service was restored about 2 hours later. The South Dakota Department of Public Safety said Wednesday evening that texting to 911 is operating in most locations as an option to contact authorities. So they had to text it. They couldn't call it. Sioux Falls Fire Assistant Chief said in a news conference Thursday, the outage was confirmed at 7:59 and restored at 10:38. During the duration of the outage, Metro Communication received 112 calls for service that were able to come through via open line number and by texting 911. For reference, typically during the same time period for the day and the week, Metro Communication takes 114 calls. To our knowledge, we were never experienced an outage of the magnitude or duration. So y'all saying y'all only get 114 calls? Okay. The city also issued a wireless emergency alert to notify the public about the 911 system outage. In Douglas County in Nebraska, officials echoed Lumen's statement about the cut fiber. Lumen Technologies told Douglas County 911 that there was a fiber cut, but they did not disclose the location of the damage. Someone named Kyle Kramer, a technical technician for Douglas County 911, said there was no consistency to which wireless carriers were unable to get through to dispatch. So it affected the wireless companies as well. Again, we did find that there were variations in which wireless carriers couldn't reach 911 depending on what part of the state you were located in. Telecommunication companies have their own choices in how to route emergency calls to 911 control centers. It's beyond the command center's control. Lumen also informed Douglas County that the outage that hit Nevada, South Dakota, and Nebraska was not the same issue that caused issues in Texas. So all of these states are having issues. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with home. Okay, so it's more than 4. So it would make sense that somebody at a higher level than just the state will be investigating when there's multiple states impacted by something like this, especially if there's 2 very distinct and separate outages at the same time. Exactly. That is my point right there. But they're going to tell you, they're going to pacify you with the latter of it so that they don't instill any fear, which no one should be afraid of anything, but you definitely should be aware. And that's what I hate about when they're giving news here on things like this happening. They baby us. They don't just cut dry, give it to us like some other countries. You know what I'm saying? Let us deal with it. Don't, last minute tell us stuff like you knew about the whole 2020 situation back in 2019. And some would say you knew about it before then because there had been people talking about something coming for a few years. So then you wait till finally, something hits in 2020, and you originally come out and you say, well, it's nothing for us to worry about. Go on with business as usual. And then you come in March of 2020 and say, hey, we're going to shut everything down for a couple of weeks till we figure out how we can operate, the country with this whole virus out here. And I remember that because that was like the last time I worked. I hadn't had a job since 2020, like in a brick and mortar building, whatever. I was working in childcare. So yeah, let me see what else this thing say before I get out of it. Some agencies said they had issues with the wireless carriers. Sarpy County 911 in Nebraska shared Wednesday night on Twitter that some carriers are not able to reach 911. The matter was resolved about 3 hours later. Del Rio police in Texas wrote on social media Wednesday evening the issue was with the carrier and not the city. So Texas situation definitely is totally different than South Dakota, Nebraska, and them. But something is awry, y'all. That's why I put a question mark in my title when I said attack, because they don't want to call it that. They're never going to call it that until it's in our face, and they can't do nothing but call it that. And that's what I fear will happen. Say anybody who is a T-Mobile customer was having problems using their phones. It was nothing that was on our end. There was no 911 outage. It was a T-Mobile coverage outage. So, okay. I'm trying to break this down. What I'm thinking, my opinion. Hold on. Let me put my little banner up here. No, I don't need to put that up here. This is my opinion. So the outages fiber cut, right? In some states. And then in other states, they really don't have anything to say other than it was the cellular companies, the carriers that went out. So basically what happened in February happened again. February was a test. This was a test. When are we actually going to be taking the exam? Because everybody going to lose their mind when these phones go out again, and they're not coming right back on in 2 hours. They're not coming back on in 3 hours. People going to lose it. I don't want to be out there with them when they lose it. And I hope my kids ain't out there with it when they lose it. It says an AT&T spokesperson said Thursday, our network is operating normally. There appeared to be an issue on another carrier's network that could have affected calls to 911. The carrier also said the disruption was not a FirstNet issue, referring to the nationwide broadband network for public safety commissioned by the government and built by AT&T. Commissioned by the government. The network is overseen by the First Responder Network Authority, an independent agency within the Commerce. So, when you're dealing with independent companies and third parties and all that other stuff, that's where the issue is going to lie, because everybody doesn't have the same security on their systems. Some systems are easier to attack than others. Take, for instance, the water. No water, no electric is on the same system. Every state, county within that state has their own system. And they typically tap into the weaker ones. And then they move on up to the bigger ones, the bigger cities. There are over 6,000 jurisdictions for 911, And the decision made for equipment and budget vary from state to state, like I just said, from more cables for path diversity to multiple telecommunication carriers and updated equipment to multiple routers. The current system is missing resilient backups that could prevent an outage on several levels. So why aren't they trying to get those together? No one knows. No one knows. Our infrastructure is weak, in case you didn't know. Remember, we had all these people going out shooting up the grids and stuff like that, the power stations. And then all of a sudden it just stopped. It almost seemed like it was planned. I don't know. That's just what it seemed like it was just planned. I could be wrong. So let me look at these messages and then we can get out of here because we're almost at an hour. And she is still asleep. Gracie is still asleep. I'm going to throw y'all comments up here. I might not get to all of them. I bet there's anything in young age. Come to find out, it was a spirit that had me. That's for real, for real. That is for real, for real. You got to be careful what attaches to you. All the trials and tribulations we go through make us strong. They definitely do. They either make you or break you. I have direct local emergency phone numbers saved on my phone just in case the 911 system is down. And see, a lot of people too, they don't realize when your phone is down, even if your phone got turned off, you can still call 911. It's a way you have to do it though. I think you have to get off like the internet type thing that's on your phone and do it that way. So true, Shell. So true. Boss here. I still haven't heard anything about the subject unless I missed it. Did you come in just now? Because I just finished doing the whole thing. I'm gonna put a timestamp in, boss hand. If you want to go back and don't want to watch the whole video, you can look at the timestamp and go directly to me talking about the outages that took place where people could not call 911. So true, Christy. Thank you, Nay. Thank you, Brighter Days. Thank y'all for coming in. Thank you, Erica. Hey, how are you? Right, Joshua. How it's going to affect all these states? Light pole. Thank you, Just Me Always. Y'all, please hit that like button before you leave. Help this video get out to more people. I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to edit this video. I really don't want to edit it because it may not be for everybody, but it may be for some who might be feeling how some of us feel, when we get depression coming over us and stuff. Thank you, John. You right, Ken. They're not going to tell us the truth. Lady, I don't do that. I don't do the what you call it. I can't remember what you call it because I don't do it. I might reword how I put it, but I actually talk about what I'm talking about in the title. Now, it may take me a minute to get to it because sometimes I get going and I get sidetracked, but that's just me. It sounds like one to me too, Reese. Yeah, Karen, they've been talking about that since last year, maybe the year before. And when I do videos on that, they don't even push them videos. They want a lot of people to be blind, a lot of people to be paying attention to everything but what we need to be doing. And that is, making sure a home is as secure as we can possibly get it. I'm still working on some of my security around here, but I have enough up and I have enough in, if you know what I mean. Yep, test before the real deal. Hey, Elizabeth, that's my middle name. That's a good tip, Shell. You're right, it's kind of test there. Yep, Voyager. Hey, Becky. Listen, people gonna lose their mind. You know how that song go? You gonna lose your job. No, you gonna lose your mind. You can't use your phone. Cause when I misplace mine, I'm wondering, God, where is my phone at? Phone could be right there in front of me. My family know. They be like, would you please just put your glasses on? Just put your glasses on. I'm gonna go down some because I know I'm way back here. I wasn't too far behind. Akeem. Sometimes I just talk to the Lord and pray to Him every day, morning, night, to bless me. I'm saying, oh, that's good, Akeem. That is really good. That'll keep positive stuff in your mind. Back in the day, I used to sing. I can't even keep a note now. You don't use it, you lose it. So keep singing. I thought she was up. She just changed positions. She must be growing again. You awake? Oh, my stomach growling, y'all. Hold on. Can't eat today. Well, I can, but not right this minute. I'll do this meal replacement. Okay. Oh, you read that, Jen? No problem. Okay, y'all. So I'm gonna go and take Gracie outside to the bathroom and come back in here and get her cleaned up so we can go to the store. Trip. Hey, Kalita. Coletta. Hope I didn't say it wrong. Hi, Riz. Thank you, Silver Eater. Thank y'all for coming in. I appreciate it. Thank y'all for when I asked you in the beginning, if you came in the beginning, if you want me to do more lives, I can try to do more lives. We'll see. No promises. And for those of you who just came in, I will be adding workouts to this channel. So I know a lot of people are not going to watch that, and that's fine. I'm cool with it because it ain't for you, it's for me. But, if it can motivate you, then it's for you too. Yeah, Gracie over there is chilling. She is chilling. But she definitely need a bath. I'm trying to take a picture of her. Ooh, that's blurry. That is so blurry. That's what she doing. She was on. I'm washing her other bed because she like to. I've given her like some thighs, and instead of her eating it out of her bowl, she likes to take it and get comfortable on her bed. So I just washed her bedding. So that's her second bed right there. But yeah, she's sleeping. Y'all have a wonderful day too. Thank you, Simply Jess. Thank you, Watcher. Thank you, Becky. Thank you for the. I'm trying to find it. I don't know how you find it in here. Thank you for the super chat. A super sticker, whatever it was. I can't remember. Oh, there it is. Let me put it back up. I just lost it. Thank you for the super sticker. And thank you to Tamara for cash apping my youngest daughter, Tiana, for her birthday, which was yesterday. And I will see y'all in another video today. So if you haven't turned your notifications on, please turn your notifications on. Please, please, please. And if you have them already turned on, try to make sure they're still on because YouTube will take them off. So what time is it now? It's like 12. We've been on here for an hour and 2 minutes. So I'm guessing it'll probably be between 4 and 5, more like 5:30. But there will be another video today. So y'all take care, stay safe. Remember that I love you, but God loves you more. He created only one you. Be the best you that you can be, and when you are, go out and spread God's love. Because God is love. And that is what he would want you to do. But first, you got to love yourself. If you don't know how to love yourself, you have no idea how to receive love or give love in return. So y'all take care. Stay safe. Yep. See you, Ann. See you, Becky. Bye, Martin. Bye, Jen. Bye, Simply. Bye, Watcher, Teresa, Becky, Shell, Kalita, Silver Eater, some guy too, Reese. Bye, 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 bye. Akeem, keep praying, keep singing. Bye, Synergy. You supplement queen. Definitely. Bye, Selfcha. On that note right there, I blame man because we can't just blame it on any one particular party. It's human beings thinking that they are better than, human beings thinking that they can control, human beings thinking that they know everything. That's what I blame it on. But blaming and placing blame does nothing to help me, so I try not to do it. I do what I feel is going to help me and my family and anyone around me that I can help, then so be it. But yeah, because these people, oh, I missed this comment. Moringa was the biggest. That's awesome, Synergy. That is awesome. That is good, good, good to hear. Yeah, I'm definitely working on getting off some medications for sure. Tracy, hey, I didn't even see you in here. Welcome in. Welcome into all of my new subscribers. Thank you for joining the channel. I appreciate it. And all my return subscribers, y'all know I love y'all. Y'all my cousin, y'all my fam. Now my new ones, y'all my fam too. And I hope to see more of you and get to know your names, by seeing them more in the comments and stuff like that. So y'all take care. Love you. Bye.